Hello and welcome all to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Gray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. You can visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook. Check out the schedule of daily offerings in various places, various mediums, and stop by the tip jar to make donations. Folks on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to start today seated like this. You can sit or kneel in whatever way is comfortable to you. Close your eyes if you like. Tuning in to the contact with the ground, thinking about the length of your spine, helping you sit up tall without being stiff or rigid. Bring your attention to your breathing next. Let it slow down and get deeper. Taking in the movements of your breath, where you're feeling each inhale and each exhale in your body. Taking in whatever is touching upon your senses, however your surroundings and my surroundings are reaching you, because of course, part of what's touching your senses is my soundtrack coming through the mic on this end and speakers on your end. And whatever arises during practice, external or internal, is something else to just integrate into practice. You don't have to label things as distractions. When anything draws your attention away from your breathing and focusing on your body, you can just gently redirect. Focus inward on yourself, on finding the practice that's best for you. Scan your body to take in whatever physical sensations are present. Especially noting if anything doesn't feel so good. Keeping these things in mind and remembering that you're always welcome here to skip or modify whatever you need to find the practice that's best for you. If you wish to add an intention of your own for practice, you can do that now. Let that finish forming in your mind and sinking in. With our intentions in place, let's have 3 deep cleansing breaths together. In through your nose and out through your mouth to the side. Let your eyes open if you still have your eyes closed. Reach your arms out to the sides and rest your fingertips on the floor. Start with some side bends and some seated twists. Inhale, lift your left arm out and up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to the right, palm facing the ground. Keep both sides of your seat anchored and feel for lengthening from your hip up through those fingertips. Inhale to bring yourself upright. As you exhale, come into the twist. Right hand to left knee. Left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen up again. Exhale, explore the twist. And see how much feels like enough. Let yourself unwind, come back to center. Inhale, raise your right arm. And exhale, reach to the left. Class keeps getting bigger. Love it. Breathe deep into that right side. Inhale to come upright. Exhale, come into the twist. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, see about twisting some more. You don't have to go as far as you can. The place that feels like enough might be much less than that. Let yourself unwind and come back to center. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Start some real slow, gentle circles. Roll your ear towards your shoulder and let your head tip back. Go over to the other shoulder. Take your time. If you find any tight spots, you can pause at the tight spot to rock back and forth. Maybe untie a knot here and there. When you finish the next circle, start in the other direction. Finish the next circle, lift your chin and look forward. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Inhale, draw your heart forward, let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back, let your head tip forward. Continue a few more times at your own pace. So we'll inhale to come forward and we'll exhale to go back. In our seated cow and cat breath. One more. And after your exhale, make your way up onto your hands and knees. You can tip to the side or tip forward, however you want to get there, it's fine. And so to square things off, hips above the knees, shoulders above the wrists. Reach your right foot back, press the ball of your foot against the mat. Feel your heel move away from your tailbone. On an inhale, reach your left arm forward with your thumb pointed up. If you like, with the next inhale, pick your right foot up, reach straight back in the air. So now your leg is parallel to the floor like your arm. If you want to go even further, bend that raised leg, reach that hand back. See if you can grab your foot or your ankle, kick against your hand, lift your knee and your chin. And of course, it's okay if you can't quite get that grip. we all have it. All right, release and lower down. Reach back and press into the ball of your left foot. On an inhale, reach your right arm forward. With an inhale, pick your left foot up if you want, reach straight back. Bend your knee, reach back, see about that bind. Release and lower down. We'll start to stand in a forward fold. I'm going to use blocks here. If you have blocks, you can use blocks under your hands to ease the transition. Give you more room between your torso and the floor as you step 1 foot forward and then the other. It doesn't have to be all in one step either. Hang out here, let your head be heavy and draw down towards the ground. You might keep your blocks under your hands or let your hands drag on the ground or hang in the air or clasp your elbows. Sway back and forth, bend one leg and then the other leg. You can also, if you like, clasp your hands at the base of your skull and let the weight of your arms provide some neck traction. Lengthen your neck down. Go ahead and let your hands hang down if you're doing something else. You now lift up halfway, hands to the shins, press against your legs. Let the crown of your head move forward away from your tailbone. Exhale, relax down. You now roll to standing, hands overhead, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands down to your sides. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear. Slide it back and let it down. And then your right shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach out to the sides. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself. Or if you like, take eagle arms. Intertwining your arms and pressing your hands together. If you're an eagle, then move your elbows and your hands forward and up. But either way, we're opening the space between the shoulder blades, whichever option you choose. Inhale, open up. Exhale, cross the other way. Inhale, open up. Exhale, twist to the left. Take a couple breaths. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, let your arms down. Inhale, out and up. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up. Reach your palms up. Look up towards your hand. Lift up your heart. With an inhale, bring yourself upright. Exhale, bend to the right. Feeling the length through both arms. Keeping the left heel on the ground. Sometimes it wants to lift. Inhale to come up through center. And exhale to bend to your left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms come back. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Place your hands on the floor or on your blocks and step your right foot back, runner's lunge. I promise there'll be no running. And we're going to come up to a higher lunge. So you could inhale and reach your arms forward and up, or you could bring your hands to your leg, press yourself up like that. And if this high lunge is too much, you can do this lower lunge like Annie's doing with the back knee on the ground. So you can change your mind anytime, go lower, go higher. Think of dropping an anchor from your pelvis to the ground. Bring your arms up overhead. Exhaling, sink forward in your hips, draw your arms down to cactus. Inhale, glide back and reach up. And the movement with your legs can be as big or small as you want. Listen to your body. How much do your hips want? Pay attention to how your knee feels, whether it's on the ground or supporting a lot of your weight. Knees are tricky and sensitive things. Take care of them. From the top of the movement, let's twist. Reach your right hand back, your left hand forward. You can drop this left hand to your knee as needed if you get a little too wobbly. If you want, you can reverse this, sit back and reach up. If you reverse, bring your arms parallel to the ground again. Come through center with your hands by your heart and twist the other way. And if you want, you can reverse this one too. It's a little trickier. This balance challenge. Lots of good core engagement. If you reverse, come out, level out, come through center, bring your hands down. Step your left foot back to meet your leg. Downward dog. Just lift up the breath, pedal your feet up and down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, come back to your forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do it all again for the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, down. Plant your hands, step your left foot back. If you want, let the back knee down. When you're ready, inhale, rise up. Make sure you're steady here before we start rocking back and forth. Exhale, sink. Inhale, glide back up. And then twist to the left. Reverse if you like. Sit back, reach up. If you reverse, come out, level up. Come through center, hands to heart. And twist the other way. If you like, reverse. It should be in reverse. If you reverse, come out. Come through center. Bring your hands down. Step back to downward dog. Nod your head. Shake your head. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to pause and take a sip of water. Take a sip of water whenever you want to. That was more than a sip. It's pretty hot. What's a sip anyway? Maybe it's 4 big gulps. Okay, set my blocks off the mat here. Do some warrior poses, hands at your heart. Step your right foot back up by the edge of the mat at about a 45-degree angle. And your left foot over by the other edge of the mat, parallel with the mat. Bend into the left knee a bit, aim the knee in the same direction as the toes. Setting up warrior one. So feel for grounding in the ball of the front foot and the outer edge of the back foot. Then bring your arms up. Let your shoulders down a little away from your ears. Turn your pinkies in towards each other. Sorry, my hands are out of frame. Palms facing back now. And there's warrior one. Good strong warrior. Bring your elbows down to your rib cage. Lower your forearms parallel to the floor. See if you can keep your elbows in. Inhale, slide your hands open. Exhale, slide them in front again. Do it a few more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Working muscles in the middle of the back, below the shoulder blades. You bring your hands to your hips. You're going to go from warrior one to set up for pyramid. So drag the right foot forward and in a bit. Maybe a shallower stance. Less bend in that left knee. Don't lock the knee though. Keep some bend in that knee. Inhale, look up, lift your heart. Exhale, pinch forward, bow towards your left knee. Now here, you can keep your hands on your hips. You can bring your hands to your chin. Lots of options. You can bring your hands to your blocks. Go to the floor, let your head hang down towards that knee. Now bend into that left knee a lot, and then step your right foot up to your left. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's repeat that for the other side. So left foot back by the edge of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Right foot out by the other edge, parallel with it. Bend in the right knee. Check out that the knee's in line with the toes. Setting up our other warrior one. When you're grounded in your feet and steady in your legs, bring your arms up. Let your shoulders relax down a bit. Turn your pinkies in towards each other. Beautiful. Bring your elbows to your ribs. Lower your forearms. Inhale. Exhale, sliding those hands out and back. Bring your hands to your hips. We'll set up for pyramid again. Slide the left foot in and forward. Take some of that bend out of the right knee. Let's see about a deeper heart opener here. So you could do this the same as we did last time, or you can bring your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. As you inhale, lift your gaze and your heart, reach your knuckles towards the ground. Exhale, hinge at the hips, bow forward. Now your hands can rest on your back, or they can reach away from your back. And you can always let your hands go and bring them to your shin, or the blocks, or the floor, or back to your hips. Or if this feels good, keep that bind in your hands. Feels good for me right now. Now to come out of pyramid, we will use our hands. So if you're in the bind, release it. Bring your hands down to the floor or your blocks. Bend more into the right knee. And then step the left foot forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. It's definitely time for another drink here in Cosmo. We have a breeze, but we also have the sun because, you know, it was noon here when we started, not 10 like before. The sun is right overhead. There's a shade canopy, but, you know, it's like beige fabric. So it's only cutting a little of the strength of the sun. There's your weather report. Okay. Let's play with some balancing. Bring your hands to your heart. You're welcome to step over by the wall or a steady piece of furniture if you like to use that to assist your balance, have something to grab onto. Shift your weight from one leg to the other as you set your eyes on a fixed point at about eye level. Bring the weight into your left leg, let that knee stay soft. Pick up your right knee. Like opening a gate, bring it over to the side. And then you're going to bring your right foot to your left leg. So you could have your toes on the ground, heel on your ankle, sole of your foot on your calf, or on your thigh. Please never on the side of your knee. You can keep your hands pressing together here. That can be very steadying. Or this is tree pose. The branches of your tree can go anywhere at all. And maybe there's breeze in your branches. Maybe your tree is more still. If you close your eyes, you get the hurricane. Most of us, anyway, closing the eyes makes it very, very challenging. Check in with your breath. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure the breath is flowing evenly. Beautiful. Bring your hands back to your heart if they're elsewhere. Bring your knee forward, put your foot down, shake things out. It's always okay to come out before I do. Come out as many times as you want. Start over. Shake anything you want at shaking time. When you're ready for the other side, bring your hands to your heart. Shift back and forth. You can dance as long as you like. It's nice that the shaking leads to some dancing. And the weight to your right leg when you're ready. Take your time to lift your left knee. Open the gate of your hip. And bring your foot to your leg. And find your arm expression. Maybe you do the same thing. Maybe you do something else. I fold my arms behind my back because it feels good in my back. Once I tried this one, I think I've done it every day since I discovered it. And I picked it up because a student was doing it. If your hands are not at your heart, bring them back there. And bring your knee forward and let your foot down and shake things out. And we're going to do another one after this sip of water. It starts the same way. It's like a standing variation on pigeon. There's some deeper hip opening. And I think we're nicely warmed up for it. With your hands at your heart, shift side to side again. Bring the weight into your left leg, keeping that knee soft. Pick up the right knee, and now it will get different. Cross your ankle over your left knee. Turn your right knee towards the floor. Flex your right toes towards your shin. And think of sitting on a bench behind you with your legs crossed. Releasing in the front of your hip, left hip, and back of your left knee. Keep your spine long, keep pressing your hands together into your sternum. Think about your elbows approaching your knee and your foot. If you fall out and decide to come out, you can always start over. If you fall, you're human. If you get up, you're a yogi. And you don't have to make this contact with your leg. If you do, it's nice and steadying. But don't strain anything to get there. Just let the releasing downward continue as much as it's going to continue today. And the way we come out is to inhale and slowly straighten the standing leg. If you're down low and you want to grab this leg, you can. As you straighten up, it's a neat feeling in the hips. Shake things out. Plus, it looks funny, which to me is a bonus. I don't know. It sort of looks like you just attached your leg and you stand up like that. When you're done shaking, hands back to your heart. Shift back and forth. The good news, after we do that on the other side, we get to sit down. If you're feeling worn out in the legs, you have that to look forward to. When you're ready, bring the weight to your right leg. Raise your left knee, take your time. Cross your ankle above your knee. Turn this knee down, flex those toes up, and release downward. There's no rush. Keep breathing, sinking down, releasing the front of the hip, releasing the back of the knee, pressing hands to center, stabilizing with that pressure to the center. This is the part where Kristen would say, it's fine. I would never tell you this one. I think it's kind of fun when she does that. It's one of her things. You can smile if you want to. You can come out when you want to. You don't have to wait for me to come out. But I'm going to come out. Now, inhale, lengthen out. Release. Shake. There's strength to be found in the slowness when you can slow down coming out. And when you can't, it's okay. Let's come down and have a seat. Maybe a drink. We'll go through some forward folds first, a nice simple one. Extend your legs forward and flex your feet back. It's like a standing forward fold, reoriented 90 degrees. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, fold over the legs. And if your knees want to bend, please let them bend. Don't try to force the backs of the legs down to the floor. As you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward a bit. And as you exhale, think of lowering a bit more. You now walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit yourself up. Use your arms to nudge your legs apart to whatever feels okay for you. That's watching the way you. And walk your hands down your legs. Wherever you can. Your knees, your shins, your ankles, your feet, wherever it is. Bring your left hand over by your right hand. Take a double breath. Swing your right arm out to the side, turn your head to the right. Rotate your arm, point your thumb towards the ground. Reach the back of your hand towards your left hip. And feel your right shoulder back, look over your shoulder. Or look to the right anyway. You know exactly what you're looking for. Extend that right arm again. And bring the right hand back to your left. Bring your left hand back over to the left side. And bring your right hand over to your left. Open the left arm out, turn your head to the back. Turn your thumb down. Reach towards your right hip. Draw your left shoulder down. Extend your arm. Bring your left hand back to your right hand. Bring your right hand back over to the right leg. Walk your hands up your legs and sit up. Use your arms to nudge your legs in. Bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together. Leave a big space between your pelvis and your heels. Reach under your ankles if you can, or if you can't, reach over your ankles and walk your hands forward on the mat. As your neck release, let your head hang down. Breathe into your back, wherever you're getting the most sensation. Maybe you let your arms relax, or maybe you keep drawing yourself forward. That active traction to keep in the fold. If that feels helpful for you. Walk your hands back and sit yourself up. One more fold. Keep your feet together. Bring your heels in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers. Grab your toes between your hands. Now wiggle on your seat. Bring those bones in your seat closer to the floor to tilt your pelvis forward. Open the front of your hips. Now lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward with your spine long. See how far the long spine will go. Wherever the long spine stops lowering, then let your head down. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Use your arms to lift your knees towards each other. Rest the soles of your feet on the floor. Plant your hands on the ground, outside the mat, back past your hips. Wiggle your feet out towards the edges of the mat. And let your knees go back and forth. As your knees go down to the left, you can turn your head to the right. Knees to the right, head to the left. Just let the knees go as far as they want to. You don't have to touch down the ground. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Let's set up for bridge pose. I'm going to flip myself around and keep my head closer to the mic. As I lie down here. Hopefully that'll help. Soles of the feet planted, feet hip width apart. Come down onto your back. With your heels as close to your butt as they'll go. If you like, you can put a block between your knees on the middle position. You set your knees hip width apart. Rest your hands at your sides. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale to lift your hips up into bridge. If you want to go deeper here, you can wiggle your shoulder blades in towards each other. Clasp your hands under you and reach your knuckles towards your heels. I'm not doing it today, but that doesn't mean you can't. If you're taking that bind with your hands, release them. Exhale, slowly let your hips down. Explore floating up and down a bridge at your own pace. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to come down. You can make it as challenging as you want by going more slowly, going higher, pausing at the top. Don't pause the breathing, but you can pause the movement where you like, at the top or the bottom. Maybe you pause at the top and the bottom. Extra breath at the top and then an extra breath at the bottom, whatever you like. And when you're ready, you feel like you can take a supported bridge, pause at the top of the movement, put a block underneath you at your sacrum, the bony plate at the base of your spine, and let yourself come down to rest on that block. I don't think before practicing yoga I knew where my sacrum was. I like to spell it out sometimes. And just let that block do the work. Allow your body to relax against the support. Think of sending your breath through the block. Let's come out of the supported bridge, press into the soles of your feet. On an inhale, lift your hips up. Remove the block from under you. Exhaling, come down. Take a little pause. Move your blocks out of the way. Draw your knees toward your chest and hug your knees. Rock and roll on your back, massage it against the ground. Grab your strap. If you don't have a strap, you could use a belt or a scarf. You can use a sash off your bathrobe, piece of rope, anything you want. Run it under your feet, reach your hands and feet up. Keep the back of your head and your shoulder blades and your sacrum on the floor. Long legs, long arms, long strap. Not worrying about any angles, just staying grounded and lengthening up. Point your toes up at the sky. Point your toes down towards your face. Relax your feet. Slide them away from each other. Slide them towards each other. Take your right foot out of the strap, press the right calf and right heel to the floor. Hold the strap in your right hand, reach your left arm to the side. Keeping your shoulders on the ground, draw your leg to the right and turn your head to the left. So now, of course, your sacrum lifts away from the floor. And try to keep your shoulders down. And listen to your body, exploring this as you like. We're hanging out here a couple minutes. You can always let things go slack. You can always re-engage. Use the position of your arm and the gentle guiding tension of the strap to help your leg explore. Whatever degree of openness feels beneficial in your body. Never forcing anything, just inviting, backing away from any pain, of course. Bring everything back up to center. Take the strap in your left hand. Press your right hand down on the front of your right hip and let your limbs fall open to the left. Try to keep the right side anchored down. Try to keep your pelvis from rolling, allowing more room for that left hip to open outwards.
Nice and easy, bring it all back to center. Raise your right leg and step into the strap. Take your left foot out, press your left leg down. Reach your right arm to the side. Draw your leg to the left and turn your head to the right. Bring everything back to center. Switch hands on your strap. Press down on the front of your left hip. Let your limbs fall open to the right. Very gently come back to center. Lift your left leg. Draw your knees in. Set your strap aside. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up, grab your legs or your feet. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Whatever movements feel good in your body. Whenever you feel complete with inverting, you can make your way to your final resting pose, Shavasana. Any posture where you can be comfortably still. You just breathe and integrate the benefits of the practice. Maybe coming back to focusing on your breath where we started. Reflecting on an intention you set for yourself. Or giving your mind permission to just wander. As your breath slows down, your body settles a little closer to the ground with each exhale. Give yourself some even deeper breaths. Begin exploring small movement. Whatever movements your body seems to want. Let them gradually get bigger and bigger. Take your time. Move mindfully. When you're ready for bigger movements, you can gently sit up. You can bring your hands up on your heart. Thank you for sharing your practice today. The light within you sees and honors that same light within each of you. job, everyone. See you next time.